Be starting shortly. Shortly indeed. Alrighty. What the volume is on that. Alrighty, we'll get down to business. All right, I'm working off a cue. I'll pull up the meanings and everything as they happen. All right, I do a 5-card spread. I'll explain as I go. Using an animal deck. And say 5 minutes of the first reading. All right, the first one is for Essa, who redeemed a tarot reading a few streams ago. So I'm going to be starting off with that. And my readings are very general. So it's like reading from the book of you, and we'll just see, what's going on. So it kind of tells a story about you. The first one's the significator, or just basically the start to the journey or question. The second card will be the obstacle. The third will be positive influences. The fourth will be the near future. And the fifth card would be long-term results. And I also do a bonus oracle card at the end, just as a little cherry on top. All right, so let's start. The first card is the King of Cups, featuring the gecko. Looks a little slanted, but whatever. I can work with it, I hope. All right, so let me just pull up the chart for the King of Cups. All right, wise, diplomatic, balance between the head and heart, devoted, advisor, counselor, compassion, and control. And for anyone that cares about the zodiac of the card, is Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, and the element is water, which will go for all cup cards. Okay, so this is just the beginning. I don't know what the circumstances of your situation is, so these will be very generalizations, I guess, but we'll take a look and go from there. So at least it says you have a good head on your shoulders. I like how it says devoted, because that could be you're devoted to a person, maybe your craft or your passion, that you don't half-ass stuff. You enjoy what you do and you like putting in the effort to what things you do, what it may be. Counselor and advisor. Maybe people come to you because they know they can either talk to you, or maybe you're not quick to judge, or at least you're willing to hear people out and give proper or advice accordingly, and not just spewing out maybe what people want to hear, what they don't want to hear. You still give your opinion and all, but you're open to having that discussion. It also talks about diplomatic and wise, so maybe you think more than what you say. You'll pay more attention to thoughts and feelings and reading the room, and know what to say and how to say it. I guess the big thing is how to say things. And talks about being wise, so maybe you've been around the block quite a bit. You know a lot of stuff, but maybe blind to a lot of people, and then you just know it. So maybe it feels like you have a knack for some of these things. But either way, and also the balance between heart and your head and your heart, or emotions, are you can get emotional, which is fine, but you also know when to think clearly and when to listen to your heart and not just your mind or maybe your emotions or what's going on immediately. It's like, I guess, in short, you have a good head on your shoulders. So that's a fine and all good, cool, warm, fuzzy start. But now we're going to this is where things get a little spicy. The second card represents the obstacle. And the obstacle is essentially something you got to pay attention to, something that could be impeding your path, cock blocking you, bump in the road, broken wheel in your wagon, or maybe the bridge is like broken and you can't cross it. So more like you have to pay attention to something. So sometimes they'll maybe used against you, however you want to look at it. It could be a warning. It could be like, hey, you're in this bad spot now, rut. Let's work on healing and get you out of it. Or it could also be like, watch out for this trap hole so you don't end up in this spot. And this card I always play in reverse. And for anyone not familiar with tarot cards, when you play them in reverse, they have alternate meanings. So let's go ahead and see what we get. The Devil, featuring the Victoria Crowned Pigeon. Normally, this is a funny card because this upright normally I feel is almost like a reverse card, but now we're getting in reverse. So it's going to have a different set of meanings of what we need to pay attention to. So let me pull up the chart. I'll read out quickly what it means normally, and then we'll go from there. All right, so normally it means oppression, addiction, obsession, dependency, excess, powerlessness, limitations, materialism, playfulness, maybe even sexuality and stuff. But in reverse, it's going to have independence, revelation, release, reclaiming power, reclaiming control, and It also says restoring power and control, but that's almost the same thing as reclaiming. So in this sense, you've lost your way. You're in a weird rut, but you are learning how to maybe self-care, self-love yourself, reclaim basically what you have lost. Maybe you're caring too much about what others thought, external validation, letting others, I guess, give you value, and maybe it got you down in the dumps. But here it's saying you're going to be more independent and gain your freedom. Or maybe you're under illusion before that you weren't worth it, or maybe like, things keeping you down, but this is just reminding you, hey, you're actually not a prisoner, you're not in bondage, you are actually free, and you don't need the external validation of others. And then also talks about release. So that could be like purging, grieving, getting rid of the emotional baggage or those things that are holding you down or keeping you down. It's like, even if you weren't aware of it, or maybe you are aware of it, I don't know, but at least it's like you're dropping the sandbags. You're like, why have I been carrying these this whole time? Hence leading to revelation, new ways of thinking, new just eye-opening moments. And I like the part of what says reclaiming power and control and restoring it, because maybe somewhere you lost your way. You gave other people power over you. You gave them control over you. And that could be, unfortunately, with like manipulators, abusers, narcissists, or just anything really, or maybe even just giving up your own free will, or being a yes man or something, or just, a people pleaser, I think is a better word, and going with the flow because you don't want to rattle the cage or rustle anyone's jimmies with your own independent thoughts. At least with this, it's like, you know what? You are an individual. You have your own thoughts. You are you. You're not going to let other people decide who you are. You're going to be you. Some people don't like what you have to say or do or whatever, or even just state of being or how you live. You're reminding yourself you're the one in control. We all have a choice, even though those choices are limited and you can't do much. It's like you're just remembering you're you and you have your finger on the button. So with that, I think this card was very uplifting because, again, it's in the obstacle. So maybe the obstacle itself could be that you're being held down too much or oppressed metaphorically, or relying too much on external validation. But basically, this card in this position is saying you've recognized that already. So you're already working towards or on the path to healing and recovering and reclaiming yourself. So very good stuff, in my opinion. So now we're going to get to the third cards after a little growing up and doing more. You're going to have positive influences. And we get 3 of Cups featuring Eurasian Griffin Vulture. And there's like 3 of them. Look at that. So let me pull that up. Cups back to Cups. And we go to 3. Okay, upright. Friendship, community, gatherings, celebration, group events, social events, happiness. So you really worked on yourself, being more authentic, true to yourself, not relying on external validation, just empowering yourself, being you, doing your thing, doing your own work, vibing. And it's leading to just good times by all. Maybe some people felt intimidated by you or timid around you, but maybe now that you're being more authentic and chilling and kind of found your groove or vibe and living how you want to live, that resonates with other people. Or maybe you had who knows, maybe you met some new friends that you vibed or clicked with, or you reunited with some forgotten friends, or maybe people that fell off. But either way, you're happier, you're more bubbly, you're more bouncy, you're more with it. Things appear to be going good. So I like how it's a celebration and gatherings. It's like celebrating you, or you reclaimed yourself. Or this like an anime arc. You were like, I don't know, Dragon Ball Z used to be like a fighter or something, like Gohan. When he became an adult, he got weaker because he stopped fighting and he lost his way. And then he underwent even more training and reclaimed the fighting spirit and became a fighter again. So very good stuff. But what I like about this the most is it says happiness. I know there's different kinds of happiness, but just cool that it also says social events and stuff. So maybe you're, I don't know if you're like introverted or something, or don't like going out or interacting with too many people. Maybe it's too overwhelming, too overstimulating. And yeah, maybe you go out to events more, maybe conventions, mingle more, just like socialize more in person. Because I know we all have the internet, you can socialize online. It's very easy, but sometimes there's something really nice about maybe the intimacy and physical company of other people in person. So maybe also branching out more if you aren't already doing that. But all right, so the fourth card is going to be the near future. So we're just going to fast forward and go bzz and see where you're, where you're at, what you're doing in all of this. And we get the Two of Cups featuring the giraffe. This card is almost like the Lovers. We're getting a lot of cup cards today. So we got Two of Cups, unity, partnership, attraction, connection, close bonds, joining forces, mutual respect. So I really like that one of respect because I feel like a lot of people don't respect not only themselves but others. You not agree with people, you not like someone, but like I don't know, just it's good vibes all around. Maybe you found someone you want to be with and get into a relationship and maybe take that to the next level. Could be like, instead of just dating or casually hanging out with people, maybe you found someone you want to take it further with. Or maybe you already were with someone and then you decided, hey, let's take it to the next level. It could be moving in, engagement, marriage, or just more seriousness, I guess. We'll make it like official status, if you will. And I like how it talks about connections, because obviously you need to have a connection with someone to even be close to them. So it's also, again, it doesn't even have to correlate with relationships and stuff. It could be friendships. Whoops, sorry, hit the camera or I hit the table. Friendships, partnerships, business partnerships. But I think this is more on a closer personal, like friendship level than anything to do with business. And of course, there's the attraction of one another. It's like Dr. Hibbert said, is this like the love between a man and a woman or love between a man and a fine Cuban cigar? There are many different types of attractions and loves and many different variables. But it does talk about unity, joining forces. So maybe you just, or you, who knows, maybe it could be a business you're opening together. But either way, you found someone and someone found you who you were both very comfortable with each other, trusting, and feel that very spiritual, intimate connection and either want to live together, work together, or just do more together. It could even be like hobbies and passions, like say you're doing artwork or music. Maybe you start writing music together, or maybe you start drawing paintings together, just some form of unity with someone. And it doesn't always have to be on a romantic level, it could be platonic as well. So everything's going really uppity, uppity, happy, happy. And hey, Essa. And yes, this is your reading. So if you need to see it, you can watch the VOD because I will save them and I'll even upload it to YouTube later. Now we're going to get to the fifth and final card. To just wrap it up, this is the long-term results, end game, ending credits to be continued, maybe cliffhanger, maybe plot twist, final dungeon, boss, whatever you want to call it. And we get King of Swords featuring the whale shark. So let's pull up the King of Swords. Or S words. Okay, reason, authority, discipline, integrity, morality, serious, high standards, strict, head over heart, truth. So kind of funny here because it's talking about head over heart, and the very first card talked about the balance between your head and your heart, but now it's saying your head is overriding your heart. Maybe you're thinking more, acting less impulsively, and like really thinking things out, being like a master planner. You're more serious now. You've been on a long journey, you come a long way. You know what you want, you know what you don't want, you know what you like, you know what you don't like. Also, like how it talks about discipline, that you have the discipline, maybe know when to speak up, when to hold back, how to word something, when's the right time to do something, basically when to act. And it could be conversation, it could be standing up for someone, it could be knowing when to change jobs or career or quitting, all these things, or when to move. So more in your headspace. You have high standards, you have good morality, so you don't have to worry about maybe losing your way. And you're out for the truth, and you're being truthful with your stuff. And I take that as being genuine and authentic. So just basically, you're living more authentically. You're in your head more, but you're choosing how to act better, but not like you're stuck in thought paralysis. It's just like you are upholding yourself to higher standards. And not because, like, say you got a bug up your butt or something, you're being a stickler. It's like, no, you have that much more self-respect. And you also value and respect yourself. Even if others do not, you know you have your value, you know where you stand with people and all that. Also talks about being strict a little bit, so maybe again you are a little more strict before you're very easygoing, go with the flow, don't want to disturb the peace, but now you're willing to stand your ground more, call people out on their bullshit more, so if the need should arise. Um, just I guess better, wiser. You know, you've been burned a few times, you've been around more, so now you have more awareness of things. So you're just basically more aware and better headspace. You know, you might think more and listen to your heart a little bit less because now you know what's going on. You've been around, you know what's up. So now we're gonna get a bonus oracle card just for fun, a little cherry on top, extra, pib extra, which is whatever. And we get Biddy early, which represents nature. So maybe you're getting in touch with nature more again. Know your roots, maybe disconnect from all this social media and technology. There's a reminder that our roots all come from nature, even with our modern technology. As I say that now while I'm streaming this and have my microphone and cell phone and everything. But basically, this card is like, go touch grass. Don't forget about the grass, even if you can't touch it as often as you would like. Just remember the grass. Don't be scared of the grass. So, S, I hope that was cool for you. Sorry if you missed any of it, but at least once I'm done with the stream, it's the first reading. It's about 5 minutes in, so you can always replay it if you want to listen to the whole thing. And I'm just going to shuffle the deck, and we'll do the next one. I'll change the tunes. Oh, shit. Well, if I just hit the camera again. But probably do like 5 or 6 readings. I try to set a 2-hour limit for these, give or take. It's not strict, but I don't want to do too many and exhaust myself, but I also don't want to do too little and not get anything done. And for anyone wondering, this deck is Animal Deck done by Clover Puff, and she did a collab with a Kickstarter with a bunch of people. So I believe I think the card's like 76 card deck. I believe everyone did, a different artist did every card, or if not, most of them did every other. There might have been 1 or 2 artists that did like 1 or 2 cards, but for the most part, there's 70 plus artists for this deck. And I thought that was really cool. All right, let's check the timestamp, 24:35. I'll say 40. Okay, so the next reading's for Alistair Frappuccino. So we'll hop right into it. Alistair, you should do 1 card or couple. What do you mean? Oh, yeah, I do have my own deck, but it's only the Major Arcana cards, and that's only 22. I am working on making my own complete deck, which is 76 cards. And eventually, when I get enough examples to show and like really get going on it, I'm going to sell it for merch and maybe even try to start a Kickstarter for it. But unfortunately, that could take a few years. Like the last couple of years, I only made like 2 cards, and the year before that, another 2. And then I restarted the project already. So right now I have, I want to say 4 finished cards, but I already want to redesign one of them. But I'll probably do that later. But yeah, I'll be working on my own cards. That will be pretty cool because I found a manufacturer for them. I don't know how much they're going to cost in the end. So I'll know more once I make all the cards because they ask you specifically how many cards, what are the dimensions. I like this size because I want to make traditional tarot cards, but they're really big. And what I found what I like and don't like is when I do my readings, I like the cards to be portable. I don't want them to be tiny, but so I like the medium sized. But anyway, Alistair Frappuccino, sorry about that. I do a 5-card spread, and it tells us a little story about you, and I'll just explain on the way. So the first card, just like the start of your adventure, it's like a JRPG. You name your character, you hit go, and you start. And we start with the 2 of Pentacles, and this is one of my favorite cards from the deck. It's featuring the Angora goat. The symbolism of the card and everything is just so cool. That the artist of this card, Isabel Milancon, did a freaking amazing job on this. Let me pull up the chart. It talks about balancing different worlds and juggling everything and having too much on your plate, and you got to pick and choose. But Pentacles are symbol ruled by Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. All right, balancing resources, adaptation, resourcefulness, flexibility, stretching resources, balanced decisions, priorities, adapting to change. So I think it's very straightforward. Maybe as some examples, you've got a lot on your mind, a lot of things you want to do. You want to do all the things, but in reality, you can't, or at least not all at the same time. You're going to have to prioritize, pick and choose what you want to do, what you want to accomplish, and then what the next thing is you want to do. Also talk about being flexible so you can go with the flow. Nothing's too urgent, but you just have a lot of things you want to do. But at the same time, you got to prioritize. You have resources, which could be money, time, rest, to time or availability to do it, resources. So it's like, okay, I want to do XYZ today. What can I actually do and do it good? You don't want to half-ass it either, but you do have this urge or need or yearning to want to do all the things. So I guess you really have to pick and choose. It's like almost like you're living a double life per se, and you got to know what you can do, what you want to do, when you want to get it done. So I'm not saying you can't do everything. It's just you're going to have to pick and choose in what order and over X amount of time what you want to get done. And if it's anything like me, as time goes on, I want to do more things. So I always add more to the plate. Even when I do prioritize and be like, okay, this needs to be done in this. Like this year, for me personally, got to get most of those tarot cards done, or at least make a very good progress with them. I still want to do my comics, my other artwork, content creation, fursuiting stuff. So there's like so many things, but what's like the number one not number one, but like what's a big priority I have for this year is tarot cards and actually making more, an illegitimate amount, because I do need to launch the Kickstarter and stuff. Or even if I don't launch the Kickstarter, I just still want to have more work towards it, because once I get closer to actually making the cards a reality, it's just going to be really cool. Again, don't know what you have going on. You're adapting to change, so maybe things don't work out, but you don't let it discourage you. You go with the flow. Things are thrown at you, and you know how to deal with it good. So it's almost like positive, chaotic energy. But at least you know how to channel it, and you know not to let it rustle your jimmies. So a very cool start that you have all these opportunities, things you want to do, being creative, maybe businesses, entrepreneurship, relationships, whatever, but you're just juggling a lot, so there's too much on your plate, but you're finding a way to chew a little bit of everything. But now you really want to decide on what's the main course, what's the appetizer, what's the entree, what's the dessert, and all that stuff. But now this is where things are going to get a little spicy, and we get to the second card, which is going to be the obstacle, which usually is not necessarily used against you. It could be a warning saying, hey, watch out for these traps. You can fall into and go into a bad place, or it could be you're in a bad place. Let's work on getting you out of there. It's like the bump in the road, being cock blocked. Maybe you're in a wagon or a coach and your wheel breaks. The bridge is broken, so you can't cross. The river's too deep. Things like that. A difficult dungeon boss, even, or maybe some like MMO RPG boss with a really funny gimmick that's causing you to wipe over and over again. But either way, I play these cards in reversed, and reverse tarot cards have alternate meanings. So let's just get to it. And we get the Lovers, featuring, well, lovebirds. Isn't that convenient? But it's being played like this, upside down, so it's got alternate meanings. So let me pull up the Lovers chart. And astrology, Gemini, element, air. Okay, upright, it normally means love, unions, partnerships, relationships, romance, beauty, unity. But it's in reverse, so let's take a look. Okay, in reverse, that means disharmony, imbalance, conflict, detachment, bad choices, indecision, and one sidedness. So before you're happy, juggling, doing all the things, maybe you're involved with someone, it could be friends, family, business partnership, just something isn't working out now with somebody or something. Or it can even be like another side to yourself. And you just feel things aren't going right, things are off balance, like hence disharmony. Maybe the chaos is too much. Maybe you took on way too much that you can chew, and now you're starting to feel the results of that. Talks about bad choices, so maybe not necessarily you're making bad choices. Well, obviously not on purpose. But you're not thinking about your choices enough, or maybe thinking about the potential consequences or ramifications of those choices. So even though everything sounds or is good on paper, but maybe things also aren't just playing out as what you thought. And that's what's throwing you, in this case, off balance, is that everything was going well, everything on paper was good, you're executing it good, but then why isn't it working out? So there's some other external factors there that we may have to uncover. Also talks about detachment, indecision. Maybe you had too much on your plate from before, and then you couldn't just make up your mind on what to do, and now time is passing, you're getting stuck in thought paralysis, and you almost like panic, make a choice, or maybe you did like a randomizer, spin the wheel on the things you wanted to do because you couldn't make up your mind. So you chose one at random. But because it was at random and your heart wasn't fully in it, even though it was still something you wanted to do, it wasn't happening organically. And maybe you tried to force something to happen, and then it wasn't working out as good as you hoped, because not it was the wrong thing to do. It was just because maybe the timing of the thing you wanted to do wasn't the right place at the right time. Also talks about one-sidedness, so maybe you have other factors such as other people that this stuff affects or help you with your decisions or involves other people, but now it's more self-centered back to you because you want to be more in control of making your own decisions, maybe less being less influenced by others. So even though some people are like, oh, you're being selfish, I see this as more as you regaining control of yourself and your decisions, and you'll still take advice and hear other people out, and but still, at the end of the day, it's you making the decisions. It's you doing these things. So it's like a reminder to yourself that you're the one in control. You're the one that, even if you say make a bad choice or decision and execute something that doesn't work out, at least it was your choice. And you wouldn't say tricked into doing it. No one swayed you or, something. You did it on your own accord, and you can take satisfaction in that. I like the card because it's a reminder of your you. And pretty much, maybe any warnings is just a balance, because I think it's reflecting a lot on the first card. Just take more time to do what you want to do. It has to feel right. You have to be hyped about it. It has to organically happen. I mean, I know there's times in our lives where we have to make things happen. I get that. But just maybe don't do chat roulette or Russian roulette with certain things you want to do, because then your heart may not be in it as much. And it could also push you away from some people. So this is also a reminder that have more self-awareness, confidence, planning, etc. All right, now we get to the third card. So maybe those lessons in mind. We're going to get to positive influences and take a look. Oh, we got 10 of Pentacles featuring the Sheltie. Look at her. She's happy. Look at her. Let me pull that up. 10 of Pence. Okay, legacy, roots, family, ancestry, inheritance, windfall, foundations, privilege, affluence. Maybe I meant influence. I don't know. Stability, tradition, and communication. No, sorry, culmination. Okay, so very, 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 very good card to be in. Um, Getting back to your roots, remembering your heritage, your history, your family. Maybe it's like a family skill or trade that you're upholding, or maybe you broke away from the family tree and did your own thing. But at least, I don't know. It says foundation, print, windfall, inheritance. So maybe some good stuff came back from family that was able to fuel you and your creativeness. Either maybe you got some money, some land, or something, a house, something that helps you do more of what you want to do in life. And that could either be, say, oh, you got a house, so you don't have to rent if you're renting, or property and sold it, and then you could use that money to secure your future and or pursue things you want to do in life, such as like creative stuff. Say like you're into artwork, maybe you'll buy art supplies, tablets, or something, or you want to learn how to do music, so you buy an instrument and courses and reading material how to do it. But either way, good things are coming. Where it's coming from, it says a lot of it has to do with family or inheritance or just stuff literally falling into your lap or good luck. And also talks about how stability, that this isn't some, say, money or something coming into you then leaving, or you blow it or ruin it by, say it was like, just an example, you got like a lot of money and you blow it all on Fabergé egg salad. You're not going to do something like that. You're not going to blow this blessing, if you will, or miracle. So either riches, and it could also, I mean, I know it's referring to money, but it could also be abundance and riches in friendship and happiness. But either way, good things are coming one way or another. So maybe you found your way, being more authentic, things naturally fell into your lap that further catapulted you into doing what you want to do and be happy and being well off and being able to have the resources to do the things you want to do without worrying, oh, I'd really like to do this and that, but then I'm worried about, say, my finances or something, or like, like taking a risk. But now it's like, fear not, you have all that you need and possibly more. Go do what you want to do. So, pretty cool stuff. Now I'm going to get to the fourth card, which is the near future. We're going to just fast forward a bit and see where you are at. And we get the Eight of Wands featuring the blue-tongued skink. Wow, that's kind of hard to say. It's almost like Blue Eyes White Dragon, but blue. I gotta read it again. Blue-tongued skink. All right, so let me pull up the chart for that. Eight of Wands. Haven't seen Wands yet today, so that's always cool. And Wands zodiac is Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo. Element is obviously fire. All right, the card represents movement, speed, progress, quick decisions, sudden changes, excitement, and rapid action. So holy shit, you're in like go, 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 go mode. Damn, no Scorpio. Yeah, if we pull a water card, like cups, I think is Scorpio, all the cup cards. The major arcana cards are divided into each zodiac. I like how the cards have speed, progress, so maybe you're doing the things, you're gaining momentum, you're riding this high of success or doing the things you want to do. And it's just like, why stop? You are you are now at a point where you can do all the things, and you're doing all the things, and you're having success with them. And I like how the card talks about sudden changes and quick decisions. So maybe things are even being thrown at you that you're not ready for, but you know what? You're like, I can handle it. We'll just deal with it. You're very motivated and proud, and like not overworking yourself, but you're just going along with things, new things come in. Like, okay, we'll have to work on this now, get it done. Like you just like you're getting shit done. And you're getting insane progress, so you know you're not just doing things and getting them done for the sake of getting them done. You're or making progress and stuff. Now it's like you're maybe because of the previous card, you're gaining that momentum that you wanted at the very beginning. And the little bump in the road in the second card, and now you have more resources to do what you want, and you can do it actually a little quicker now because you've been on this journey, you leveled up, spent some talent points, learned some skills, etc. And by just like you're doing things. Also could be movement, maybe you're going around traveling more, networking more, just overall your haste. It's like you got the stat of haste, and now you can get more done in less time. You know that's not the case here. I feel like it's just like you are able to now adequately be able to do all the things a little faster, so you also feel more accomplished because you're getting more of what you want to get done in a faster amount of time. So it doesn't feel like, oh, how will I be able to do all the things I want to do in this life? With this, I can confidently say yes because you picked up the pace and you didn't sacrifice anything. You're not sacrificing the work or the quality of it. In an example, if you're creating or crafting something, like you literally became more efficient at doing all the things. I think that's pretty cool. All right, now we get to the final card, which is the long-term results. Maybe far future, the sum, the wrap up, to be continued, the cliffhanger, the series finale, season finale, M. Night Shyamalan twist. So we get the sun. And if you know what the sun is, that is a very happy card. Ptarmigan. Don't know what kind of bird that is, but it looks very cool. So let's go to the sun. Astrology, the sun itself, and element, obviously, fire. Okay, happiness, success, optimism, vitality, joy, confidence, truth, and celebration. So right there, it's like happy ending. Hello, Phantom Pumpkin. Welcome in. Like an albino penguin. Kind of. I think these birds are the ones that puff up a lot. I don't remember. There's so many different animals out there. But yeah, confidence is through the roof. You're happy, joy, success. So you got to do more things you want to do. They're paying off. It isn't like, oh, I did it. I'm happy I did it. It didn't work out. On to the next. No, you did the things. It's all working out. It's all success. Good times had by all. And you're celebrating. Not that the journey's ever over. It's like but it's like it's a joyish and momentous occasion. So it could be that you started up a business, maybe you, I don't know, got involved with someone, moved in, marriage, had a kid. You know, there's so many things. Whatever milestone you hit of success, or just milestone, no matter how big or small, it's like almost like you made it. You're doing it, and you got more things to come and more things to do. But it's like just a very, very good, happy vibes. Almost like it's a good ending. You guys like maybe the first Star Wars movie, A New Hope, the ending where they had the ceremony and they got the medals. Just like something like of a high caliber. So holy shit, man. Good stuff. And now we're gonna do a bonus oracle card. Just a little word of encouragement, extra flavor, cherry on top, fortune cookie to complement the reading. And we get the horse, which represents exploration. So maybe your hobbies and passions take you to new places, explore. You're not afraid to go out of your comfort zone, or I know this may sound very cliche, you're not afraid to think outside of the box. Either be metaphorically, physically, you know, you're gonna be going place. Or it could even be it talks about exploration, you with your career or hobbies and passions, that you're basically saying you're going places. So very cool stuff. Hope that was cool for you. And now I'll get shuffling and get to the next in queue. Give me a second here to shuffle. Mm-mm. A couple minutes of shuffling. Yeah, just redeem a reading and I'll do it for you. Either 6,000 channel points or a $5 tip or 500 bits. Also do take commissions for these outside of streams. But those are more specific and those go longer and the readings go a lot deeper. Yeah, so just feel free to lurk and you'll get channel points. And even if you redeem it while I'm not doing a terror stream, I'll just add you to the queue then. And then after even if you're not present, I save the VOD and I will upload it to YouTube as well. But I think Twitch saves the VODs for at least 2 weeks, but at least that way, if you're not around, it will be saved for a bit. And I do timestamp stuff, so in the event you redeem one, you're not around, I mark down the times and then I'll DM people the time of the video with the timestamp so they don't have to go looking for it. Yeah, I need some better music. Okay, now we're gonna go to, let's do the timestamp thingy. 4750. Okay, now we are doing Silent Gato. Okay, Silent Gato, I do a 5-card spread. Kind of explain it along the way. Tells us a little about you, just generalization. Try to interpret the cards, yada yada yada. And yeah, just explain it. Or in video game terms, I like to use RPGs as a term. It's a 5-card spread. The first card is the start of the journey or new game. Second card's the obstacle or difficult dungeon boss or something impeding your trip or holding you back. The third card is like positive influences, where you like get to an inn and heal and level up and learn new skills, spend your talent points. Fourth card's a new future to see where you are in this game, and the fifth card is like the long-term results or end game or maybe final dungeon raid. I'm using an animal deck, and let's have a go. Justice, featuring the magpie? Let's pull that up. Where are my Major Arcana? Justice. Astrology, Libra, element air. Okay, upright, justice, karma, consequences, accountability, law, truth, honesty, integrity, cause and effect, clarity, and fairness. So, pretty interesting because one's a starting card. I don't know exactly what you're going through or what your journey involves, but at least I like how it talks about accountability. You hold yourself to standards. You hold yourself others accountable and to standards. So you're very, I guess it's going to sound cliche because we're talking about the justice card, fair and true, honest. And you don't have to worry about people clouding your judgment or you being full of shit or like using or manipulating someone. You're making sure everyone gets their fair share, or even just treating people with dignity and respect. And basically, you're not an ass. And you're honest, be blunt at times. You know, you're not going out of your way to be mean, but you're very truthful. You're straightforward. You're living authentically. And in this world, that's a huge plus. Is I feel like a lot of people don't live authentically, and they've lost their way, made up excuses, forgotten even how to be authentic. So it's like just good that you already have this head on your shoulders that you're authentic, honest, honesty, integrity. You know the pros and cons of stuff. You are more aware of actions and consequences and all that stuff. To be honest, that's just the starting. So maybe more of this will make sense as we go along. So now this is where the things get spicy. As people like to say, gets good, or I guess the cliffhangers or the plot twists or whatever. Second card's the obstacle. So the card I play in reverse. And if you're unfamiliar with tarot cards, cards have meanings normally, or if they're played like upside down or in reverse, they have alternate meanings. And in this spread or format, they're called spreads, I always play the obstacle card in reverse. This could be a difficult raid boss, being cock blocked, maybe a bump in the road, maybe there's a trap hole somewhere, maybe trying to cross a bridge, but the bridge is broken, so you have to figure out other means. It's almost like stop, take a step back, take a look at the bigger picture, maybe reconsider, replan, retreat, come up with something. But that's the idea of it, so let's get to it. And you get the world featuring the red panda. This is a very completionist travel happy card, but it's going to be played in reverse. So alternate meanings, we'll see what it has to say. The world. Astrology, Saturn. Element, Earth. Okay, upright, it means normally completion, achievement, fulfillment, sense of belonging, wholeness, and harmony. But we threw this panda topsy-turvy upside down. Now we get lack of closure, lack of achievement, feeling incomplete, emptiness. So even though you've been very fair, true, authentic, somewhere along the line, you feel like there's a void you can't fill, but you're not sure where it's coming from because everything's going seemingly all right or pretty good. So it's like, where is this coming from? Is it something you've been neglecting, hiding from, running from? Or maybe something you're not even aware of, or maybe a secret you're keeping, who knows? But either way, it could even be like emotional baggage, something happened in the past, or you got burned by someone or something, and it's hard to let it go. Even though you moved on from it, it's now creeping back up. That could be the emptiness is, or not the empty, but the feeling lack of closure because you have unresolved things going on. Lack of achievement, maybe even though you're putting your best foot forward and doing what you can, living happily, peacefully, doing you, vibing, doing what you like, your hobbies and passions. You're not feeling a sense of accomplishment or achievement from it, or maybe not getting recognized, or maybe it's just like you did it, be like, that's it, or why did I do that? Or maybe you're unsure of what you're doing, and then you feel like a loss of direction. I don't know. That's about feeling incomplete. So maybe again, you're missing something in your life. You don't know what it is. For some people, that could just be, I don't know, vitamin D or maybe iron. Or some people, it could just be, I want a nice, fat, juicy steak, or or it could be also like soulmates, relationships, career, or maybe you're not doing a lot of things you like to do and you're holding back. So now you're feeling, again, the emptiness and the lack of achievement, or even feeling incomplete because you're not maybe doing what you truly want to do. Maybe neither fear of time and money, what others might think, or maybe it's just not a good time to do it, but it's something you want to do that's on the back burner. But it's like, how do you make time for it? Or how can you do it essentially if the resources aren't there? I hope this isn't the case, but if we are here, at least we can address these things and help the healing and working towards bettering you. Or this could even be a simple warning that you could end up here. So it's kind of interesting because maybe I just interpret it as maybe emotional baggages from the past, or maybe the things you want to do but afraid to do them, or don't know how to break it to people. Hey, I actually feel this way, or I want to exist this way, or I want to do this thing. Not that you need the support or approval of others, but it's still like you for yourself need to get the courage to come forward to speak your mind or say what you want to say. The SSS steak doesn't sound bad though. That's just me being hungry. As long as it's not burnt steak, it's always good. So a pretty interesting second card. Nice little maybe plot twist. I don't know what you want to call it, but now keeping those in mind and going forward, we're gonna go to the third card, which is positive influences. So hopefully you got out of that rut or healed those warnings, or maybe healed or did what you needed to do. We now get to an inn. You leveled up because you just finished some cool dungeon. You get some new gear. You take a rest. Spend some talent points. Learn some new abilities, and we get Seven of Pentacles featuring dwarf hamsters. So Pentacles, 7. Element Earth, Zodiac, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Harvest, rewards, results, growth, progress, perseverance, patience, planning, hard work, and diligence. So whatever it is you wanted to do, you're doing it, and it's paying off, and you're working hard at it. I know a lot of people are like, oh, don't work smarter, not harder. But naturally, when you're working on things you're passionate about, care about, or really are hyped about, you're gonna work harder. So I know you shouldn't work yourself to death either, but it's still good to me, like a good sign that you're passionate enough to work really hard and something to put a lot of effort into these things because you're that psyched or that enthused about it. That to me is always a good sign, but other people, depending what it is, may say it's bad, but I think it's good. But yeah, growth, progress, so the thing you're doing or want to do, either living a certain way, doing something, new hobbies, new talents, new job, new relationship, new things in life, whatever. You're getting results. You're gardening, you're getting the nice harvest. You're persevering, so you're sticking with it even in times where it's not showing good results. You're sticking with it because you either believe in it or you believe in what you're doing and you don't want to give up on it. You want to see it through, even if it ends poorly or doesn't go the way you want. So, but either way, you're all in on this. You're fully focused on it. You're planning good to ensure your harvest is bountiful and plentiful. It's growing, so maybe you're just meeting people, going around the world, buying stuff, growing a business, growing a family, anything. But it's all going in very good direction. So to me, that's always it's so fucking cool. And well, hard work, we already covered that. Yeah, growth, progress, you're getting results. It's all just like if I had to name this card, it's super fucking positivity. So to me, that just, in short, I guess, good stuff. Because yeah, that's a good word. Heartwarming. Oh, yeah, that's a good word for it. All right, so things are really going up. Whatever that second card was, warning or rut you were in, it got you the hell out of it, and you're covered nicely and even excelling. So let's keep up the momentum. So now we're gonna get the fourth card, the near future. We're just gonna fast forward a little bit and go bzz and see where you're at in this game, and get the star featuring the white fox, not to be confused with an Arctic fox. Man, that's a beautiful card. All right, and the star itself is like help, faith, renewal, and rejuvenation. But let's take a look, get a more accurate. 17, the star, astrology, Aquarius, element, air. Hope, faith, inspiration, renewal, healing, and rejuvenation. So fuck yeah, even after the third card, your momentum hasn't stopped. You're at a better spot now because you got inspired, you're inspiring others. You're healing, you're refreshed. It's like almost like as if you're playing WoW and you level up. You know how you get a full heal and full mana replenish? It's like that. It's like that sweet leveling up. And I just like how I have hope and faith in what you're doing is what you want to do. You have a good feeling about it. There's no doubt in my mind that you're not doing something you don't want to do. It's like you're doing the things you want to do. It's all steadily going good. All signs are pointing really good. You even feel refreshed and rejuvenated from this, even further backing up that it was the right decision for you to go and seek out what you're passionate about. You know, sometimes people do projects or something, they feel exhausted, like, oh, I'm just glad it's over. I got it over with. Here it's like, I'm glad I did it. I got it over with, and it's great. Let's do more. So a very hopeful, peaceful card. I mean, look, it's like nighttime, little water, river, whatever, lake. I don't know, it's a very peaceful and calming card, at least the artwork. In fact, let's take a look who did that. Sarah Graybill. That's a very nice. Because usually the star card is someone with 2 jugs of water pouring them into a lake. Almost like Aquarius astrology sign, like the man delivering water. I don't know. I just like the interpretation, and the artwork of this version is really, really nice. All right, so now we're going to get to the 5th card, final card, and it's going to be the long-term results, or maybe end game, end boss, final raid, ending credits, to be continued, cliffhanger, you name it. And we get Temperance, featuring the Caribou. Number 14. Astrology, Sagittarius, element, fire. All right, balance, peace, patience, moderation, calm, tranquility, harmony, serenity, middle path, finding meaning. Well, maybe the balance is that you juggled, you did a lot, and now you're trying to, you again want to do all the things, several things, and now you're more knowing what you want to do, hence getting your balance. You're not all over the place anymore. You're putting your feet down, you're firm, taking a good stance, like, okay, I want to do this thing, or I feel or believe this way. I am this, I am me. It's almost like, yeah, it's confidence in yourself and the things you want to do in this world. I was talking about peace, tranquility, so you got to do more. Maybe you don't need to rush as much to do all the things. You know you can do things, you are doing the things, but the sense of urgency or chaos or busyness is now calming down. God talks about harmony and finding the middle path, because it's like compromise. You give a little, get a little. You're at peace with other people, not even just yourself, just overall good vibes, calming good vibes. And it also talks about finding meaning, which I think is kind of funny, but not like haha funny, but like interesting or peculiar funny, if you will. Is you already know what you're doing. You had all this meaning. Maybe you did all the things, and now, oh, again, maybe left with a sense of emptiness, but you accomplished so much. It's like, oh, what do I want now? Or maybe you have to find new meaning. It's like on to the next thing, but you checked off almost everything off your list of things you want to do this life. But now it's like, oh, I did all the things. Now you want to find more things to do. Or this could also be everything you done, as good as it was, wasn't truly the thing you wanted to do deep down, or your soul was yearning for. So now you're like, interesting. And sorry, 1 second. Find out. So this could be the beginning, the end of, like, say, a movie, but it's on to the next chapter, next game, next thing, and do it all over again. Either way, it's still a very momentous occasion, very happy, very completionist, abundance, good fortune, harvest, happily ever after, if you will. But now it's like, again, you want to find more meaning, different meanings. Or maybe this awakens something in your life where you thought everything was one way, but then even though you did all this good, cool stuff, had these experiences, you're like, oh shit, there's even more out there than you thought. And now, sorry, I hit the camera again. That opens up even more opportunities, because now there's even more options, option selects of things you want to do. So it's almost like at the end of the movie, like, here we go again, almost like the Super Mario Brothers, the movie, the 1990s one. Live action one at the end was wrapping up, and Daisy came back with a gun and saying she needed Mario and Luigi's help again, and they just got ready, and that's how the fucking movie ended. It was like it set out for another adventure, even though there was never a sequel. But now, as part of the tarot readings, I do a little bonus oracle card. If you're not familiar with oracle cards, they're just a word of encouragement or positive message, or just a message in general. I like to use it to complement the reading, almost like a cherry on top, fortune cookie, whatever you name it. And we get the mirror, which represents appearance. So this is how you are. This is how you see yourself. Either it's real or fantasy, or maybe this is you're finally taking a mirror up to yourself to see how others perceive you. Because then you know you set the image. You can see how others see you, how you see yourself, or maybe you think you're this way, but then when you look in the mirror, you see another way. So it's just a way to identify how you see yourself, or maybe how others see you, and or how if you want to change. So take that with you. Maybe that's the finding the other meaning, is finding yourself. Yeah, I hope that was cool for you. I'm gonna just shuffle and then we'll get on to the next in the queue. And if anyone's curious about the queue, there's about 30 people in the queue. And every time someone redeems, I'll get a reading that adds to the queue. So just keeping in mind that if anyone wants like a reading now, you're just gonna have to use channel points or tip or share, or if you want to privately commission me for a private reading where we get in a one-on-one Discord call, that is also too an option. But if not, just enjoy and again lurk and you'll get those points in no time. I stream quite often. I'm a variety streamer, so I'm doing this, games, artwork, speed running, VR chat. So just like, if you want to just even come every stream and lurk, don't even say a word, that's totally cool. And then when I get enough more redeems of the readings too, then I'll host another stream. So it's also helps me do more of these or people's interest. And if they want readings or if they sponsor, because sometimes people also sponsor tarot reading streams for me, they'll tip me a lot. And they'll just say, here, just do a stream, and then I'll take live learns from people on the spot without worrying about channel points. But again, I know not everyone has money. So again, readings can be free, just gonna have to use channel points. And it's not that much, it's 6,000. That again can be got in no time. Oh, there's also artwork and other fun redeems I have too. Those the artwork ones cost quite a bit more because that's also what I do for a living. Hello, Mommy Ezzy. Welcome in. All right, let's go right on to the queue. Who do I have? Let's move these down 1 second. $108, $109. Okay, this next reading is for Smarch Weather Snow. Funny name. Like the Simpsons, lousy Smarch Weather. All right, lousy Smarch or March Weather Snow. I do a 5-card spread. It tells us a little bit about yourself, and I'll explain pretty much as I go along the way. The first card is a significator or significant factor or start of your journey or RPG. New file, new game. And with that, we're going to pull 6 of Pentacles featuring the yellow-footed rock wallaby. That is one hell of a name. But the art is pretty cool. So let's go to Pentacles. Weeks. And Zodiac, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, element Earth. Okay, this meaning has generosity, charity, community, material help, support, sharing, giving and receiving, and gratitude. So Ooh, that is quite a bit. You help others, you give a little, you get a little. You're charitable, you like helping others. You're supporting others, others support you. So very big champion of the community, I guess, depending or any community. And you have gratitude. You're not full of yourself. You're not I'm better than you. And also when you receive stuff, you happily receive it. So it is a very nice spot or position to be in because no one's taking advantage of you. You're not taking advantage of everyone. It's organically fun and fair, and you're just everyone's helping each other out. And that's so big in this world because I understand, people want to be like, say, fuck off, get away from your whatever. But again, you built bonds and stuff and trust with people, and you feel comfortable in helping, and others also feel confident in you for help, and also feel comfortable and confident in helping you as well. So it's just about people coming together and making things happen, and that's pretty cool. So now this is where things get a little spicy. We get to the second card, which is the obstacle, and that is played in reversed, and reversed / upside down cards have alternate meanings. And since I always play the obstacle in reverse, it's not necessarily used against you, but maybe a warning or pay attention, or maybe you have to change your ways or something to help heal and recover, or difficult dungeon boss, maybe a bump in the road, broken bridge, something impeding you from progressing. And that's where we get the Six of Wands featuring the goldfish. I'm sorry, fancy goldfish. And it's going to be played upside down like whomp. And let's go right to that and take a look. Six of Wands. Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, element fire. Okay. Success, victory, triumph, rewards, recognition, praise, acclaim, pride, public reward. So all these things could be connected directly into you and your charitable work and helping and being a champion of the community, lending people aid, either physically, emotional support, metaphorically, money. Like an example, maybe you help someone build a house, maybe you funded a project or built libraries, hospital, just soup kitchens, food shelters, kitchen, all those things. You're now being recognized for it and being praised because basically you did really good and maybe started something beautiful, and a lot of people wouldn't have the courage to do that because a lot of it is volunteer work and charity, and that you're giving of your time and yourself and or even resources, and you can feel a great sense of pride, just doing good work and helping others and being successful at it. And you're not demanding the recognition either. This is just people saying, hey, good job, we appreciate you, we're letting you know your efforts were not wasted. But let's go, not unfortunately, but that's what it means normally, but it's in reverse. So that's where we get, I guess, the ironic twist of fate or the gotcha moment or the plot and like Shyamalan plot twist. So we got failure, lack of recognition, no rewards, lack of achievement, excess pride, and punishment. So maybe you feel like you're not getting what you deserve. Lack of recognition. No one's truly noticing the efforts you're putting in to make things happen and run. So it's almost like everyone's happy that things are happening and getting done, but yet they're not paying attention or caring to the people who are actually involved in making said things or events or charities happen. There's no reward and lack of achievement because maybe it's all charity work at the end. To me, the reward is the self sense of satisfaction. And most of these things are nonprofit, so it's like you're just doing it for the sake of literally giving of yourself. There's excess pride, so you have too much pride, but at the same time, it's like, what are you being holding on to? Like, why is this a bad thing? It even talks about punishment. That maybe you're punishing. I would say more you're punishing yourself because maybe you expected more out of this said thing or event or charity or contribution you made, and it's not enough. I don't think anyone's pointing the blame or the finger at you, but it's like you're feel like you're getting punished because you didn't get recognized, no achievement, no bounty or reward, even though you're not in this for the bounty. But this could be you fell into this rut and now we got to get you out of it, or this could be a warning saying, hey, if you expecting rewards and things in returns and stuff, you might end up here. Either way, just with that insight though, we can proceed, assuming you get over it, get through it, don't fall for the traps, whatever, heal from it. You can proceed on your journey, and that's where we get to the third card, positive influences. Get the King of Swords, yet again, featuring the whale shark. After those events, you're obviously leveled up, you're going to be wiser and know more, better head on your shoulder, I guess. But real quick, reason, authority, discipline, integrity, morality, serious, high standards, strict, head over heart, truth. So maybe you've seen the world for what it is, how people are. Maybe you're surrounded by flatterers or fake people. You let people fool you, or dishonest people, but now you have better stealth detection, better head on your shoulders. You can read people better. Yes, happy Friday, Essa. Um, so discipline, you're more strict and disciplined in your actions now. Knowing not to give too much of yourself, know when to accept, when not to accept things, not let people take advantage of you. You're more serious now. You hold yourself up to a higher standard. You won't let yourself be played anymore, and you'll also will stand up for other people and won't let them be played anymore. So it's like almost like you're like a sentry or like a guard. You listen to your head more than your heart, because maybe before you're more emotional, spiritual, driven, or impulse, but now it's like you're gonna think more before making decisions, keeping in mind the pros and cons of everything. And the big thing is the truth. No lies. Everything's out in the open, honesty, truthful. You expect that from others, you expect it from yourself. So it's like almost like another semi-justice card. So that with a better mindset, maybe stealth detection, like I said, this is an RTS game. You have now stealth detection, so you can see invisible units and know more of what to expect from people, or what to come, or what not to fall for. So with that, we're going to fast forward a big old bzz, the near future, and just see what's going on. Check it out. How you doing? How's everyone doing? And we get the Devil, featuring the Victoria Crowned Pigeon. But now we get the Devil again, but this time it's played normally. So it's like almost like another reversed card, because it's going to address some issues. Go to the Devil. Capricorn, Earth. Okay, so upright, oppression, addiction, obsession, dependency, excess, powerlessness, limitations, materialism, and playfulness. So you want to play in the garden, you want to have your cake and eat it too. Talks about materialism and materialistic, that you care too much maybe about material things, money, possessions, you name it. But there's excess and too much of things, so maybe it's like you're a hoarder. I don't know. But let's just go up to the oppression and dependency. Maybe you need too much and rely on external validation of other people or things to make you happy, hence the materialism. You need material objects and things and possessions to make you happy or feel complete or feel good. Where here it's more, I think you need, if that, it's saying, hey, your mind and heart, and just living and doing things you want to do make you happy. It's not necessarily all about your possessions. So obsession, so maybe you have addictions, or you're obsessed with something that you can't see clearly and it's pushing other people away, friends and family, and you're so zoned in or obsessed with this thing that you can't see that you're obsessed with it, or you're blind to it and how it's affecting not only you but others around you. It says powerlessness. You feel well, addictions are hard to break. That's why they're an addiction, or whether because they maybe even know the problems, issues, but it's so hard to bring yourself to do it, or you just can't do it and you try and it doesn't work, so you feel stuck. And then the limitations, maybe your beliefs are being limited, or because you're in this foggy state of mind that everything is just so uncertain and unclear, that you kind of don't know what to do, where to go, how to do things. So it's almost like another obstacle card. So things started really good. They took kind of interesting turns. Then you kind of regained your balance, but then now you're even further in this rut. So let's hope we could get you at get you not out of it, but see where this goes, because there's still one more card to wrap it up, and no readings are ever final. It's maybe just one story, one playthrough of a game. There's always more, but it's nice to know when they end on happier, higher notes, or could be a to be continued. But let's take a look. So the long-term results are end game, final raid boss, ending credits, to be continued, season finale, etc. We get Two of Cups featuring the giraffe. And that is a very happy card, I would say. Unity, partnership, attraction, connection, close bonds, joining forces, mutual respect. So again, it could be a lover, it could be family, friends, job, platonic relationships, even just some sense of unity, and maybe just having companionship. And there's a natural sense of attraction. Maybe it could be like, you're both into the same thing. Something's pulling you together more. Close bonds, but I like how it says joining forces. So that could be like going into business together, moving in together, just getting things done together, hobbies, passions. Are I will always default to artwork on this one, or music. And also mutual respect. You both respect each other. You're not taking advantage of the other. You're not lying to the other. There's no being deceitful or dishonest. It's like, don't judge me, love me. So I see it as a big step towards healing. So that did get a little bumpy and scary along the way, but at least now there's a little more closure and optimism that even if it takes time to heal, you get hurt, blah, 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 but at least you're not shutting people out. You're keeping your doors and lines of communication open. And if it's some issue that you may or may not have that's pushing people away, at least you let them know, hey, I'm a little fragile right now, this and that's going on. But at least you're being frank with people, being honest with yourself, with your feelings and everything. It's a nice little happier outcome, which is always good. Now we're going to do a bonus oracle card, or it's just a message of encouragement, a separate deck from tarot. But I just like to do as a little cherry on top or fortune cookie to complement the reading. And we get the Hare, which is feelings. Well, would you look at that? Maybe don't ignore your feelings, or maybe listen to them more. And even if you can't process them or know how to, at least acknowledge that they're there. Because I know a lot of people today ignore, dismiss feelings, and they even forget how to have empathy, and feelings aren't even on some people's radars. At least it's just a reminder to us that we are all human. We all have feelings, and maybe take self-care and self-love, and also pay attention and not ignore the feelings of others as well. You can know all about your own feelings. Some people can see other people have feelings, but I don't think people truly understand the feelings, if that makes any sense. But you do, and it's just like letting people know, hey, I'm doing what I can. I'm me. I am aware. Hopefully that was cool for you. And we'll just shuffle again and get to the next. It never ends. Pull up a list of who is next. Probably do 3 more off the queue and then call it. It's starting to get dark outside, and I gotta do some cleaning. I am tempted to go live again tonight and play some Super Metroid, but usually just so exhausting to do that. I might just work on artwork offline. Might try to make a PNG tuber for myself. I do like this 3D model, but when I'm looking down and drawing, it loses a lot of tracking. I think for my art streams, I might start using a PNG tuber avatar and make it myself, and maybe do different characters or different OCs that I have. Okay, where we go? $126. Okay, this reading's for fungi mungi. Or fungi mungi, whatever, however you want to say it. Alright, fungi mungi. I do a 5-card reading. Sorry, 5-card spread, or that's the format of it. If you think about it like playing cards, like, poker, 5-star, blackjack, all that stuff. It's 5 cards. It tells us a little bit about you. So it's like a story or reading from your book or your life script or whatever you want to call it. And I'll just explain on the way. Every card has a set of meanings. If they're played upside down or in reverse, they have alternate meanings. But again, if that occurs, I will explain on the way. I'm using an animal deck by Clover Puff. So let's get right to it. First card, The Lovers, featuring lovebirds. Oh, this is the start of your journey. Like if it's an RPG, just click new game, name your character, whatever, then hit start. So, astrology is Gemini element air. Love, unions, partnerships, relationships, choices, romance, balance, unity, duality. So, as you can guess, the card's called The Lovers, so that already implies a lot. That love, unions, getting together, hooking up, enjoying each other's company. It can also be platonic, nice little heart emoji. Unity, coming together, uniting, it's all just good vibes, enjoying each other's company, living together, existing together, doing together. So, like, say, you want to go into business, you want to cook, you want to do artwork together, just it's doing things together. Not that you're dependent on each other because you're still individuals at the end of the day. You can do your own things, but you happen to share a lot of the same stuff and do the same thing. So it's really cool because being cool and doing things together. So right away, just good, warm, fuzzy vibes. And now, as the reading goes on, maybe more cards, things become more clear, make more sense, or things take a turn. And the second card usually does that because it is the obstacle. And this card I play in reverse, so it's going to have alternate meanings, and it's essentially used against you. Not used against you, but saying, hey, you got to pay attention to these warning signs, or maybe, hey, watch out, there's a trap, or if you're already in a sticky or bad spot, it's like, here, maybe these things need to be addressed, and we can work on getting you out and heal and all that good stuff. So with that, we get Death 13, featuring the Canadian Goose. And let me tell you, Canadian geese are no fucking joke. They're the real deal. So normally it's a very positive card. But so normally it means transformations, endings, transitions, letting go, release, new beginning, and metamorphosis. But it's in reverse, so it's going to mean a fear of change, repeating negative patterns, resisting change, stagnancy, decay, holding on, not letting go. So maybe you're stubborn about something. It could be anything in life. It could be emotional baggage, maybe traumatic events that you can't let go or bring yourself to let go and move on, or drop the sandbags. And or you just find yourself repeating these bad habits or something that's not changing, that needs to change, but you don't know how. You feel like you're working on it, you're trying to search for the answers, self-help, self-improve, but it doesn't seem to be, I wouldn't say not working, but it's not paying off, or you're not getting results. Hence, you're feeling being stagnant, and or the decay of it, because it's like it feels like you trying to better yourself as a person isn't getting anywhere, and it's almost like you're dying on the inside a little bit, trying to either solve a problem that you're not aware of, or put on a mask, or just something. You're holding on to something with like a lot of grip. You're not letting go. So something you obviously know maybe what it is or something, but maybe can't come to terms with it. Or maybe you know exactly what the issue is, but you can't necessarily get over it or get through it. So it's still just some emotional baggage or something, habits, emotional, physical, mental, whatever you want to call it, label it, is holding you back and you don't know how to let go of it. Or maybe you're not even aware that it's there. And that's why another reason why you might not be able to let go or move on from it because it's not on your radar. It's like, how are you supposed to know how to deal with something if you're not even aware if it's there? So, very food for thought that maybe there's some emotional baggage you gotta let go, maybe just something you gotta peel the band-aid off, even though it's painful, and do something for action into leading to you growing or healing or whatever it may be. So always a doozy, but hey, that's why we're doing the reading. And yes, the geese, they're everywhere, except now that it's winter. So at least where I am in New Hampshire, I won't see them until the spring. And they have green poop, right? So hopefully those cards are insightful for you. Maybe you can work on healing, or maybe even help identify an issue, if whatever. But we get to the third card, which is positive influences, and we get the Eight of Wands, and we see the blue-tongued skink yet again. And this is a very forward momentum card. So what was it? 8. Zodiac, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, element fire. Movement, speed, progress, quick decisions, sudden changes, excitement, rapid actions. So maybe you broke free from the things, or maybe you have ideas of how to better yourself, and now you feel more like you have direction, and almost like you're more enabled to better yourself and move on with stuff. And now you're excited because you have set ideas, or maybe you identified the problem more. But either way, you're go 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 now. You want to do all the things. You're excited. Um, you're making progress. I think that's the biggest motivator and inspiration is that it's working. Maybe you're finally seeing results because I know before I was talking about decay and stagnation and just coming to a halt. Now you're starting to see results in a good way, and now you want to do even more. You're getting almost revitalized and inspired to do more. So now you just like go go go. Like while you, I guess you have the inspiration or the high, you want to do more and better yourself because maybe you're like in such a rut for a long time. You're like, holy shit, I was feeling that way for so long, but now that you feel better, you just like, dude, the world is your oyster. So good shit on getting there and feeling that way and just bettering yourself and getting into a position where you want to do more and you feel excited and happy and joyous and just go, 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 want to do all the things. So now we're going to get to the fourth card, the near future. Just fast forward and go bzz, and see where you are in this game or life or story, whatever you want to call it. And we get the Two of Cups yet again, featuring the giraffe. That's cool to see the lovers and the Two of Cups because they're almost kind of the same thing, but very similar meanings. So Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces for the zodiac, and the element is, well, water. Unity, partnership, attraction, connection, close bonds, joining forces, mutual respect. Now you have an even better understanding of maybe your partner or friends and family or just even yourself. Um, feel more connected, more trusting, more just alive, more open, I guess. Maybe before you had the door closed to yourself emotionally, now you open the floodgates and more people are attracted to you. Maybe you learn to love yourself, love others. Just it's all just good vibes. And there's having more connection with people, not just hanging out with say flatterers or people just saying, "Oh yeah, that's cool, yeah, yeah, yeah," not developing real connections. Like now you're all about the deep and real connections with people, and it's flourishing and good vibes overall. Now we get to the fifth card, which is the long-term results. End game, final raid, dungeon boss, ending credits, to be continued, plot twists, I don't know, you name it. And we get the Two of Pentacles. Holy shit. And this says that Angora goat. And then, again, I'll say it again, this is one of my favorite cards out of this animal deck, and this was done by Isabel Belancon. And just the symbolism matches the artwork so fucking well. Blood up Pentacles. Zodiac, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Element, Earth. Meanings: balancing resources, adaptation, resourcefulness, flexibility, stretching resources, balancing decisions, priorities, adapting to change. Well, now things are getting a little chaotic, things are being thrown at you, but you're not letting it throw you off balance. You do have to juggle and prioritize your stuff more. You know how to be resourceful and stretch those resources. So, like, as an example, say like money, you know how to spend it and get things you want, how to make it last. It can even be like food supplies or just supplies in general. You're very good at what you do. And now there's more things on your plate that you have to do, either responsibilities, hobbies, passions, or things you just want to do. There's just a bigger demand of you, if that makes any sense. Maybe you're living a double life. Maybe you want to do all the things, but you can't quite do them all at the same time, but you're trying to find a way. So it's like you're doing all the things, you're being resourceful, you're being mindful, but at the same time, you can't get everything done at the same time. So you're going to have to pick and choose what you want to do in what order and how you do them. And slowly chip away, I guess, at everything that you want to do. But it's just the big thing is adapting to change and things being thrown at you. And you're basically, you're a juggling clown. And someone throws like you're juggling like normal shit, like I don't know, like bowling pins or fruits or balls or something, and then someone throws a fucking chainsaw at you, and you're still able to juggle it. But it's just like, I don't know. You want to do all the things. There's so much more. Maybe because your horizons opened more and you unlocked some spark in your soul or spirit that you want to be more creative, be more passionate, do more things. It's like you're really excited because you want to do all the things, but you just have to pick and choose what you want to do and how you do them. And that's a good thing. That's not a bad thing in any means. Just means you got to be more crafty. It's more just go with the flow more, but also know how to keep your balance, keep steady, and make your dreams come true in what order you want to. Also, as you do these things, more things on your plate come into the game. So it's like, say you have like 10 things you want to do. You'll do 3 of them, but then you add 5. That's like kind of like me when I do my comics. I draw them. I have a set plan of a story in mind, but it's all spontaneous. I do it as I go, how the story unfolds. But then I always add more in my mind. I never just make a set story and ideas and be like, okay, just do this. Everything I do, I'm always adding to it. So some of my shit will never end because I just keep adding to it. But I am getting them done slowly and stuff, but it's just funny because it's like things never truly end. So good shit. Let's see. Essa says, I hate spiders. I can't get over that from when I was little. I try to leave them alone, but sometimes if they're, depending what kind of, they're really in the way or some shit. I'm like, sorry, man, you gotta go. All right, and then now I do a bonus oracle card. It's just extra flavor, separate deck. Kind of complement the reading, kind of like a fortune cookie, happy ending, lucky, lucky, cherry on top, you name it. We get the cat, which represents independence. Yes, we can coexist with people and company. Companionship is fun, but you are an individual. Almost ambiverted, or people go introverted, extroverted. Ambiverted's another one. That you enjoy your company and companionship, but you also enjoy your independence and alone time. You like to do things together, but at the same time, you also don't mind doing things on your own, depending on the context, of course. So, good stuff. Hope that was fun for you. I thought it was pretty fun and deep. Yeah, I mean, wolf. Up, you triggered pup time. All right, let's shuffle. Let's do another shortly, and then maybe 2 more. We should go for 2 hours at the 1 hour 40-minute mark, and a reading takes about 20. But this could be the last one, or maybe two. I'll do 2 more tops. We'll see how this next one goes. All right, let's go to the list of people. Let's see. Okay, we're gonna go with Praise Trojan Pizza, 142. Okay, this next reading is for Praised Trojan Pizza. Quite the name. Anyway, I do a 5-card spread, more format, and tells us a little about you, a little story, kind of reading from the book of you, and I'll explain on the way. First card is Significator or Start of the Journey. Second card is the Obstacle. Third card, Positive Influences. Fourth card, the Near Future. And the fifth card, Long-Term Results. So, with that, let me move the deck over here. Let's get started. We get Queen of Swords, featuring the Shetland pony. Let me pull up the chart. Zodiac, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, element air. Meanings: honest, independent, principled, fair, constructive criticism, objective, receptive, complexity, receptiveness, the same as perceptive, but whatever, and clear mindedness. So, master thinker. You're able to give advice with people and constructive criticism. So, you're not just name calling or pointing fingers, you're giving people legit good advice and constructive criticism of how maybe they can better themselves or what you identify, what you may feel or think might be an issue. You're fair, you have scruples, you're honest, so you're not sugarcoating things, you're not bullshitting around, you're just letting people know, hey, this is what's up. And also, then people can take that, also builds your reputation and trust in you, because then people know they can go to you without you, say, lying to them, or if they need some hardcore advice and no sugarcoating, they know they can get it from you, and have basically it's building confidence in you. And again, objective, you're not, you could just see and analyze stuff really good, I guess, is a good way to say it. And you're clear mind, so you're not acting on, oh, I'm hurt feelings right now, I'm angry, I'm moody. Like, you're trying to give a fair judgment or think clearly, essentially. Do your best to do that. And you're also independent, so regardless of what other people think, or you're not relying on external validation. So it's like you have all the tools you need to do what you want to do. And I don't know, pretty good start. The Essa says, what a great name, and ooh, the card. And now this is where the readings kind of tend to get spicy for people who are not familiar with readings. Second card's the Obstacle, kind of used against you, a bump in the road, difficult raid boss, whatever. Trying to cross a bridge, but it's broken. And these cards I play in reversed, and reversed cards have alternate meanings. But with that said, we get the Magician, featuring white tigers. What a happy, cute little card, but it's going to be in reverse, so we're going to have to keep in mind what that's going to mean. But right now, the Magician astrology is the planet Mercury, and it's an air symbol or air sign. So normally the card means willpower, desire, creation, manifestation, skills, knowing that you're magical and tap into your magic and direct your energy to what you want. But here, it's going to be in reverse. So we can take that out the window and see what it says. Tricky, illusions, out of touch, manipulation, wasted talent, deception, cunning, trickery. So maybe people think you're really great, or you have this like persona that you're great and you're doing all these things, but little deep down do people know that you're not necessarily a fraud, but you're living a lie. Or maybe you are a fraud and you know it, but you can't bring yourself to say tell the people. Or maybe you just have low confidence or no confidence in yourself, could be another one. So you create this persona, hence the illusions being tricky, manipulation and causing deception and cunning and all that, just to lead people on. I also talked about wasted talent. So you're using all these skills and your time and resources to make up this persona, if you will. But that could be going into other things that you want. It talks about out of touch with maybe with reality because you've been living a lie so much that it's become the truth. It's become, you made it real. It's almost like the reverse or bizarro normal meanings of the Magician. It's like you're using your powers, not necessarily for evil, but in a different way. Hey, Denise. And maybe you're using it, well, come on in. And maybe you're misusing these powers, I should say, or keeping up a charade or something. So maybe some things are to be honest with yourself, or maybe maybe you're not even aware of this and you're not sure. Maybe something just feels off, and this could be something that resonates with you, or you can just totally be like, yeah, this is full of shit. But this also card could be a warning saying, hey, don't be full of yourself. Don't get into this space. Don't come here. Don't get here. And if you are already here, I'm sorry, but at least then if you're here, then it's like, okay, we can work on it to start the healing and get you out of here. But I feel like this card is more of a warning because the first card was talking about people respecting you, you having good thoughts and thought process. So the second card might be don't let it go to your head and become full of yourself. That's maybe more of a warning, or it could just be like, hey, if you are here, this sucks, but we can at least identify the issue maybe and then work on getting you out and healing and bettering yourself. So with that, we'll get to the third card, which is positive influences. So you worked with that, discovered, heeded the warnings, whatever it is. You're moving forward, you're progressing, you're getting through. And with the third card, we get Seven of Wands, featuring the wild boar piglet. He's a little boar. I'll go take a look at this little guy. Seven of Wands. Zodiac, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, elements, fire. Meanings, protectiveness, standing up for yourself, defending yourself, protecting territory, perseverance, maintaining control, mount defense. So with this, you want to basically put up a shield, maybe let others take advantage of you, maybe other people were feeding you lies or maybe gaslighting. That's what led to you believing or making that personified version of yourself that it was being reactive to what other people were doing, or basically people were telling you what to be, how to be, and how they perceived you. So now it's like you have more self-awareness. You're like, no, I'm me. I know what I'm doing. Putting your foot down, standing up for yourself. You're persevering. It's like almost like you're in a fight against something. I'm not quite sure what, but maybe a fight against just the man or others defining who and what you are. So now you're like, I define what I am, who I am. And you're standing proud of that. And again, maybe you were thrown off balance, so taking a stance, regaining your balance and composure. And or maybe you just hurt and burned a lot by people in the past, and now you're putting up boundaries, more self-protecting, protective stuff, protecting yourself. You've been around a lot. No, you've been around. We've all been around for a while, so when say people might be playing you or taking unfair advantage of you. So now it's like you're saying, I'm done with this. Enough. Standing up for yourself. Standing proud. So with that, we're just going to fast forward a little bit, go into the near future and take a look and see how you're doing. And we get the Emperor featuring the Sumatran tiger. Like his little crown. It's pretty cool. So, the Emperor. Oops, that's the Empress. Let me open up the Emperor. Number 5, Emperor. Astrology, Aries, element fire. Meanings: authority, structure, control, fatherhood, divine masculine. Unexpressed emotions, master thinker, stability, practicality, focus, and discipline. I like how it says structure and control and stability, because I felt the last card was standing your ground, maintaining your stance and control, so you still have a good stance, good head on your shoulders. You're disciplined, you're focused. Master thinker, think in your head a lot. You don't let things get to you, but you do analyze stuff a lot, and you can think clearly without things clouding your judgment. Also talks about divine masculine. Who knows? Maybe like a fatherly figure or like a parent, a protector type of a thing. Also talks about unexpressed emotions. So maybe you don't know how to convey some emotions and they're manifesting in weird ways, or just maybe you don't know how to feel something, or maybe some people you don't know how to take a compliment. I've seen people cry because, and you ask them what's wrong, they're like crying and fucking super tearing, like no one's ever been that nice to me or something. So also people don't know how to receive kindness. Could be another thing of maybe the unexpressed emotions, or maybe you just don't know how to express certain emotions. Not that it's like a book, you'd be like, okay, this emotion means that. Just maybe you have feelings and you don't know how to express them, or don't even know what they mean, or they may not even be on your radar. That's another example. But I do like how it talks about focus and practicality, because now maybe you're more down to earth, realistically thinking about stuff and solutions. Because I know a lot of people have very wishful thinking and maybe unrealistic expectations, but yours are nice and realistic. Not that you can't hope for better, have imagination and fantasy, but it's like, you know what's up. And I like also how it talks about structure. It's like, again, more mental and physical fortitude. So just very good headspace, in my opinion, and you've gotten stronger along the way. So with that, we're going to get to the 5th card, or the final card, and it's the long-term results, or the end game, ending credits, to be continued, you name it. And we get 6 of Pentacles, yellow-footed rock wallaby. Let's go pull up that chart. Pentacles 6. Zodiac, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, element Earth, meanings: generosity, charity, community, material help, support, sharing, giving and receiving, gratitude. So this one I like a lot to wrap it up with, because it's saying along this way, you're a better, stronger person now, and more sense of community. You help others. You also accept help from others. So it's, always a two-way street. It's almost like you're a champion of the community. You have a lot of gratitude. You're not taking things for granted. You're not fooling yourself. You're not saying acknowledge me or praise me. It's all organically happening. And sharing, and supporting each other. So it's just a very nice community card of caring and helping others achieve their dreams, others helping you achieve your dreams, helping others with advice, others helping you with advice, and the list goes on. So very, very, very positive, upbeat reading. I would say, at least last card that, well, I just knocked the camera. GG. But very positive outlook, I think, and hopefully some of that resonated with you. And now I'm going to do a bonus oracle card, just separate from the reading. It's an oracle deck. Each of the oracle cards just have like a positive influence message or some type of message. Not to do it as a complement to the reading, but independent, but it can also, compare it and see how it goes along with it. Like a fortune cookie or a cherry on top. Or we get the mind, enlightenment. So again, the Emperor talked about headspace and master thinker and all that. And here it's going on more, but you see a sense of enlightenment and achievement and ascending. Maybe from your good deeds, maybe all your accomplishments and everything, you just feel uplifted, better, hence enlightened. And it's nothing not to be proud of. It's, it's a great accomplishment actually for some to truly become enlightened. So I hope that was cool for you. And let's take a look at that time. Yeah, just about at the 2-hour mark. I'll probably do more of these. And again, feel free to redeem. These are channel points. That is not the right raid. That is the raid. Okay, I misspelled it. But yeah, feel free to redeem with channel points. If I get enough redeems, do my other streams, I'll do the next stream even sooner. But for now, that's it. Thanks for chilling and hanging out and taking an interest.